dream of confederation has always included the 150,000 square miles of Labrador and Newfoundland. United not only by geography, but by political fact, the people of Newfoundland and Canada form today a single nation within a country whose boundaries make it the second largest in the world. Midway between New York and London, Land's End for the new Canada, lies St. John's, Newfoundland's capital city. The commercial and industrial center of the island, its 60,000 people live on a site that has seen 400 years of history. Near the shores that Cabot first hailed in 1497 are new buildings and homes that step right out of the latest architectural journey. Important in the life of the people are the Roman Catholic and Protestant churches. The vast majority of schools, although government-supported, are denominational. Scattered throughout St. John's are many places for relaxation. Kitty Vitty Lake with its annual Regatta Day, Bowring Park, Ballyhaley Golf Club. Westward, across the rough terrain of the interior, is Newfoundland's second largest community, Corner Brook. The plant here is the world's largest producer of pulp and paper. Employing 12,000 workers, the combined output of this and the large mills at Grand Falls bring $35 million worth of business a year to Newfoundland. Because of the vast number of lakes and streams, an enormous hydropower potential exists. And in its deep and swiftly flowing rivers, the Humber, the Exploits, the Terra Nova, and the Gander, Newfoundland offers tourists from everywhere salmon and trout worthy of the most expert rod. Miles from St. John's is the iron mine on Bell Island, with reserves of several 100 million tons. But even these reserves are dwarfed by the vast potential in Labrador. Lying across the Labrador Peninsula is a belt of iron ore 90 miles long, of good grade, and offering low-cost open-pit mining. Today, these deposits are ready for exploitation. Labrador, a bleak and barren land, 3 times the size of the island of Newfoundland. Air transport here is playing the same dramatic role it played in the opening up of Canada's Northland. The growing importance of Labrador is leading the rest of Canada to her doorstep. In the vanguard are the surveyors, engineers, and bush pilots who bring the impact of a vigorous Canada to the 7,000 people of Labrador. Among her population are nomadic Indians and Eskimos who hunt the fox and ermine, the mink and muskrat inland during the winter. Summer brings them to the coast with their families to sell their furs and fish in the coastal waters. The real wealth of Labrador and Newfoundland cannot be measured, but the source of their greatest strength is in the people. Meet Fred Greeley, an inshore fisherman. his wife Bertha, and daughter Hazel, the apple of his eye. Like any family anywhere, it's a job getting the youngster off to school in time.
I think I'll go under my nest, see if there are any fish going today.
You better dress up warm because it's cold outside today.
Daddy, I'm going down with you on the water.
Come on, Hazel, go off to school, Hazel.
Fred Greeley was born in Portugal Cove, just across from Belle Island in Conception Bay. Like the fishermen of Heart's Content, Seldom Come By, and other outports, he's trod the same path to his birth so many times he can do it blindfold.
Good morning, Dal.
Morning, Fred. Nice day?
Nice day, Dal.
Daddy, give me pasta. Daddy, give me pasta.
Go off to school, Hazel.
If you get a salmon today, if you give me 5 cents.
All right, I'll give you a nickel if I get a salmon. Bye-bye.
Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Come on, bud.
Bertha Greeley thinks Fred's crazy keeping his nets in the water in the bad winter weather. Nobody catches any fish in January. But then last week, Fred got several dozen herring and 4 salmon. It's a hard life, a fisherman's life. But she knows, as she's always known, he's doing it for her and their daughter Hazel.
Now, children, you know that very soon Newfoundland and Canada are going to become one country instead of 2 separate countries. Now, can any of you tell me something about Canada?
Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
Jean?
Then is the branch of the Canadian to New Express.
Cicely?
Canada's the best hockey team, the Maple Leafs.
Now, what can Newfoundland send to Canada? Hazel?
Fish.
Over half of Newfoundland's people depend on fishing for their livelihood. Day after day in the heaving waters over the Grand Banks, the Newfoundland fishermen in trawlers, draggers, and schooners go out after the cod, the hake, and the halibut. In the surge and turmoil of the open sea, they ply their trade. calls for wisdom in the ways of the sea, for toughness and fortitude. With the same strength and endurance that they braved the Atlantic, the people of Newfoundland have revitalized the fisheries. From rigid inspection of dried and salted cod to the highly mechanized quick-freeze fish plants, the new methods have brought them new and bigger markets. 600,000 pounds of frozen fillets a day leave Newfoundland's processing and packing plants to find their way to the dinner tables across Canada and the United States. Thousands of transatlantic flights underline the strategic importance of Newfoundland's airports. Of the 5 major airports in the new province, the American bases, Armand Airfield and Argentia, supply vital communications with U.S. Army forces in Europe. The swift commercial aircraft that fly into Gander Airport in all weather are a far cry from Alcock and Brown's plane that took off from Newfoundland to make the first Atlantic air crossing in history. Last year, 450,000 air travelers passed through the terminal building at Gander Airport. From royalty and presidents and prime ministers to salesmen, film stars and DPs going to a new land, they arrive and depart 24 hours a day.
On Flight 144 of the 3rd for Keflavik, Oslo, and Stockholm.
Behind the scenes at Gander are 3,000 people who help speed on the way the international air travelers who come and go from the 4 corners of the globe.
Istanbul, Damascus, Karachi, New Delhi en...
Flight 2367 from New York.
Voor het KLM-vliegtuig naar Vestek en Amsterdam.
S'il vous plaît, passagers d'Air France. Air France annonce le départ pour Paris du vol 928. Les passagers sont priés de gagner l'avion.
In the shaping of the new world, Newfoundland and Canada have both played their part. Each has waged a similar struggle against climate and geography. Each has bred rugged sons and daughters. Together, they will go forward, strong and united, to share the tasks and rewards that tomorrow will bring.